Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Lions go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 28 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. After the interception, here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Goff now looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Throwing again is Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down. Allen. It's caught by Coleman. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Motion man is Shakir. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This 2nd and 4. Now the first carry here for the running back. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Allen now looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Defense. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we are ready to return to Super Bowl 62 action. Start of the 2nd quarter. Here we go. Throw left side to Kincaid. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Allen going to throw. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid from 10 yards out. And the Bills are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Jameson Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Goff. That is caught. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Another run for Gibbs here. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Goff now looks to throw. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. In motion comes the tight end left. Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills offense and Josh Allen heading back out again. He had the interception on the opening drive, but bounced back to throw a touchdown last time out. And he'll look to build on that as they start 1st and 10. This taken in by Kincaid. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw, it's Allen. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Throwing now is Allen. This is Coleman with a grab. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To the air, Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now Allen again. Open man is Palmer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 3. Palmer going to go in motion left. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And some room to work. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Khalil Shakir from 19 yards away. And the Bills are back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He's got it to Williams.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Goff. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
St. Brown in motion right. Now Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Goff. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Allen now looks to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Allen. It's caught by Coleman. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Allen. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Completes to Shakir once again. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Quick slant to Shakir. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. On play action, Allen. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Goff now to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. To the air again, Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now it's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Terrell Bernard in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
To throw, it's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
At the Lions 30-yard line.
Now Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
To the air, Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. The kick by Bass is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. In motion left comes Williams. Goff now looks to throw. This is caught by Williams. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff now looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Throwing again is Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Now Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It's been a fun one through 3. It always is. The final quarter of Super Bowl 62 is coming your way next. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to finish off the big one, the Super Bowl 62, as we get you set for the 4th and final quarter. Back to finish off the big one, the Super Bowl 62, as we get you set for the 4th and final quarter. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Goff throwing again. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Here's Goff. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. To throw is Goff. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely That was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Bills offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Allen now looks to throw.
He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Allen. That is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Palmer,
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Now Sean McDermott is going to throw out the challenge flag. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Goff. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
51 yards.
And the Lions are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Has his man, it's Shakir. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Here's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Allen. His throw incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And again, it's Allen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Here's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. To throw is Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Allen. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Here's 3rd down and 5. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here we go. 1st and goal. Throwing, Allen. Eluding the press. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They want that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions have won the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally